Guess I got my first subscriber here. Hello. Who's this RN2 CEO? How you doing, love? I gotta get my glasses, but where is it? Oh, thank you. Thank you. Um, it's my first time doing a live, so bear with me. I'm bringing this a little bit closer so I can see. I went on your page the other day. I think actually last night. The funny thing about it, a lot of my subscribers, I can't even tell when I tap on them. I'm not even sure what's going on with YouTube right now. Okay, here we go. How are you doing? Where are you from? I'm just trying to see. It's my first, very first, well, that's a lie. I tried before, but I didn't go back on. So this is my second time trying. Oh, you're in New York. Oh, okay, tri-state area, okay. I'm down here in Florida. I'm originally from Jamaica, and I've lived in Philly for like years. So I just got up one day and said I'm moving and moved to Florida. It was too cold for me. I don't do well in the cold weather, so I kind of ran away. And it was like so much stress up there. I was having so much damn problems. Didn't make any sense. So many problems. Physically, mentally, everything was driving me nuts. But I came on here just to say to a few people, like, a lot of people don't know who I am. They see me, they watch me, they don't have no idea who I am. So I said I'm gonna come on here and maybe tell, why I'm even doing YouTube. And I got down in Florida. It wasn't by accident, by choice. Um, it was like my father died, and I got up and I was in like a depression stage for almost 2.5 years. And the way he died was weird to begin with. He just fell, hit his head, went to the hospital, and 3 days later he was dead. He spoke to me up until the day that he died. It's ironic that I got there the couple days before my father died, and maybe a day or two, and that was it. But anyways, that depression kind of changed my life. It made me realize that being a certain age and still trying to do the same things, sometimes you have to change everything around to feel better. And also for your family, you have to take some drastic measures sometime in life, to make yourself feel better. I couldn't come out of that slump living there for 20 something years. No, that's a untruth. 30 plus years. And the funny thing about it, how I got to America, my dad was the one that brought us here. So for like a while, it just was stuck on me. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't go to work. I wouldn't even take a shower. I wouldn't do anything. And that's how I wound up in Florida. Yeah, loss sometimes is what make us do certain things. They said I heard it before that sometimes things have to really like happen to you for you to decide, make up your mind to do things in life, and it's true. It's really true. Sometimes some really bad, which we don't want to happen, but sometimes some bad things happen, and they make you realize that, hey, the moment you was born, you was destined to die, yes, but some deaths are different. It kind of hits you to the core where you're trying to figure out like why and how is it even happening. Like someone died for you, yes, but just to be okay 1 minute taking a walk and just fall, just drop dead, literally. He was just walking and then he just fell, but it changed my life. It changed my life. It let me realize that I need to live. And being in Pennsylvania was like one of the hardest thing for me. Living there was like so much stress, just buildings, noise. And it wasn't like it was the worst thing. No, it wasn't. It's just the feeling I kept on having. I kept on having a horrible feeling. Each day was like miserable. I wouldn't want to go anywhere. I didn't go anywhere. Some days, like I said, I wouldn't want to go take a shower. So I found myself in this depression stage, and I don't think it's just the death. It was more like the place itself. I needed a change. And ironically, we moved down here in 2008. And then back then in 2008 was so, where we lived at was, it was real country and nothing wasn't there. And, we went back to Pennsylvania because of work and all of that. And my husband, most of all, he couldn't get the same paying jobs that he wanted. So that was part of the reason why we had went back. But the second time, I made up my mind that I'm staying because I realized that this is where I was supposed to be. This is a transition for me. My ultimate goal is to go home to Jamaica, especially for retirement. And but with two young kids in school, it's kind of rough. Let me see. And making those decisions sometimes is the roughest thing when you have kids. Like, should I just get up and go? Like, leaving from Pennsylvania coming to Florida is easy because the school system, to be honest, Florida school system to me is way better, especially for younger children. You can't get up and just say, run to Jamaica with two young kids and expect the same treatment. Or the education there is, I think, is pretty fair, depending on what school you're going or sending your kids to. As far as Florida, it's a little bit different. And to be honest, it's surprised. A lot of people don't know this. The school system here is actually way better than a lot of places. And a lot of people don't know that. They offer a lot more for children, for younger children. So a lot of people be thinking that Florida, oh, go to Florida. I know a lot of people don't like Florida. It's okay. Everyone have their choice of where they want to live. But my thing is this: when it comes down to what you do with yourself in life, is really up to you as a person. Don't follow any trend. Don't follow what someone else is doing. Just do what's best for you and how you're feeling. Anything you're doing, or if you're moving somewhere, do your research. Especially if you have children. I was afraid of Florida at one point because there's so many pedophiles down here, and it's the truth. It's a lot, but it's everywhere because when I pull it up on Google Maps, it's everywhere. But to be frank, most of my decision based on my children schooling, and I hated those big old buildings they had in Pennsylvania where the kids will have to go up, and they're little. Imagine you have a 4-year-old, 5-year-old trying to find their way up a fourth floor or whatever, trying to get to a class. How many things could happen to them? It could happen here too, and it have happened, but it's a little bit different. And the classrooms are small. The bathrooms are in the same class. So your child get up and say they want to go to the bathroom, it's right there. And I'm gonna tell you another thing why I love Florida. It's so many places to go and take them each day. And I don't mean places where you have to pay all the time either. There's so many outdoor spaces that's free or just cost you maybe a couple dollars. Like, for instance, they have a few state parks up here that you only pay like $2 to go to. And I mean, you could go into the water, and yes, alligators everywhere. That's true. But if you watch some of my videos, I take them and there's no alligator around. There's places, just to get out the house each day. It's not always cold. And that's my biggest problem, the pain that I have. I'm not sure where it's coming from. And I'll be honest with you, sometimes I don't even think about it. But when it's cold, it's horrible for me. So Florida was a choice of, like, for the weather, school, and like I said, I have young children. So having young children and going to school up there in Pennsylvania was a no-no for me because Like I said, I hated those buildings, scary, weather, all of that. But here in Florida, it's totally different for a lot of us. Um, if you go to Tampa, let me see, Denelin, it's totally different. If you go to Tampa, it's a different kind of environment. If you come to Dunedin, a different kind of environment. Ocala, a different environment. Every city in Florida is totally different. It's a different feeling. Each county, whatever, it's just different for your lifestyle. You could choose where you want to live. You could get up one day, and some places are more affordable. That's another thing. Pennsylvania, New York, and other places is way more expensive to live and survive. There is a few things though that I will say that's pretty much the same. Food, the same. Transportation is tricky in Florida. Trying to get around is very rough if you don't have a vehicle. You have to have a vehicle in most places, unless you're in like Fort Lauderdale, Miami area, or Tampa. Those places, those fast places in Orlando. I'm not too far from Orlando. Orlando is one of the closest bigger cities, excuse me, towards us. I'm like I said, I'm just in here for like a couple of minutes, maybe around 20 minutes or so, yakking around. Sorry, you guys. The thing is, it's a life changer. Just getting up sometimes. Everyone, think about where you want to be. Like if I knew then what I know now, I'd have been moved to Florida. To be honest, if I knew that things could have been so comfortable for me, I'd have been moved to Florida. I would the fear. I had so much fear in me that I wouldn't move. I was stuck. I knew what I wanted, but I was stuck. You know, I wanted to be in Florida, but I was stuck making that decision because I had so much fear. I had all the wrong fears. I had the fear there, and I had the fear of moving and leaving. I wanted to leave. I wanted to go to Jamaica, but then I had fear for moving in Jamaica, moving to Jamaica too, because I had young children, and it's very expensive, of course. Sometimes you think about what you're gonna do, and if you have even have a decent amount of money, it could dwindle in no time. So, like I said, it's just sometimes this whole conversation for me is just explaining to you guys that coming to Florida was the best thing that ever happened to me and for my family, because we done change up a whole lot of things. I do more outdoor stuff that I used to do. I used to fish in Pennsylvania. I used to do a lot of other things, yes. But as far as like enjoying, what is that? Sarasota, of course. The Tampa area is also very, very nice. I'm not sure about the Carolinas I passed through, but I never stayed in the Carolinas. I passed through. I maybe stayed one day or so, but I never really. But Tampa, yes. Sarasota, beautiful. I love those places. But the thing is, with some of those places, they're a little bit more pricier as far as if you're gonna have a mortgage or rent. And trust me, it's gonna be expensive. Buying places, renting places is a little bit more difficult. And then I think I stay away from Sarasota because of the flooding. There's a lot of flooding and water area. I tend to be a little bit more careful where I live, or more like where we live, because of the, you know, the storm surge, all kind of stuff. What the closer you are to the water, the more dangerous it could be for you, especially with children. And when the hurricane hits, and that's another thing, hurricane. A lot of people are afraid of hurricane. Um, I don't care about it. I don't fear hurricane. It's just the weather. If I know it's going to really like hit exactly where I'm living at, I probably will, evacuate if I have to, because I'm not going to hear, oh, a hurricane is coming, and not evacuate. But Sarasota is beautiful. I think it's one of the most beautiful spots down here too. And Tampa is nice. Some part of Tampa, not all of Tampa, but there's a lot of beautiful spots in Tampa. Um, as far as like nightlife, yes, definitely too. But it also could be scary in Tampa at night. It depends on where you go. Day two, is to be honest with you. As far as like the people, some of them is just really, really kind in Florida, period. I met some of the kindest set of people in Florida. The kindest people in Florida. You see? Who is this? Sorry, you guys. Some message came here. So the thing is that I'm just gonna be expressing that to people. Like, if you get up and you want to move somewhere, live somewhere different, go somewhere. If you're going through a depression, if you're just depressed and or feeling low, sometimes a change of environment is good for you. People might not want to accept it sometimes, but changing the environment can help you. It helped me. I know it did. Changing my environment totally helped me. I never really like thought would this it would help me this much, to be honest. As far as like how I feel about myself each day, you know. But a change of environment do help. A lot of us don't want to accept it most of the time, but sometimes you have to get up and, you know, make a change in your life. Changing Change is good, and a lot of people don't want to accept that. That change is good. Some people feel like change is, oh, it's gonna be horrible. It's gonna be the worst thing that ever happened to me. No, it's not. Sometimes it's just being scared and scared. Sometimes we need to be scared sometimes, but that shouldn't stop you from doing what you want to do. All right, guys. So I've been rambling for 17 minutes, and I'm gonna come off because I'm gonna go cook. And it's my first time actually doing a live, so bear with me. I'm gonna try to do more of them. I don't even know what to do from this point forward, but this is where I'm gonna end it, RN. And thank you for staying on here with me. I do appreciate it. All right. And I'll go through your videos and keep in touch. All right, you guys. This would be it for me. Me and my rambling about why I moved to Florida. I will come on and give you full details or more details of what. Let me see. All right, my dear. You guys have a blessed day.